work for Monterey County Free Libraries. I am the Literacy and Volunteer Services Coordinator. And I will show you today 3 poses to rest and restore your body. No big stretches, no moving around a lot. We're just going to rest. The first thing I would like us to do is come into the moment. So hands on knees, hands in lap, even hands on the floor. And I'm in a lotus position, but whatever's comfortable for you, you can bring the legs out further. We just want to take a few breaths and come into the moment. Close your eyes if you wish. Think about something good, something relaxing or energizing, but relaxing. So I have my sweater with me because when we're sitting still, our body might get cold. So I have a sweater to put on if I'm sitting still for some time. And I have 3 large bedroom pillows because I want my whole torso to be supported in this first pose. It's called supported child's pose, and it is child's pose, which I've showed you, and with a twist, with a comfortable twist. So I'm going to come to the long way on my mat or towel or whatever you have there, and then I'm going to come up to my knees/toes. And you want your legs wider than hips width apart. And you can stop me and go get as many pillows as you need to support your torso. So I'm going to bring these pillows in here, and then I'm just going to lean forward and rest on the pillows. So it's a supported child's pose. And I'm going to be facing you, but I'll remind you partway through to turn your neck the other way. Turn your face the other way so that you get an even stretch in your neck. So you're probably feeling a stretch in your hips here. And then as you lay forward, there's probably some stretch here in your lower back and again along that side of your neck. Your arms can support you on the pillows, like on the either side of the pillows like this, or if you really want to, you could stretch them back like this behind your lower back. This is a nice pose because you can breathe really deeply into the backs of your lungs, and you get kind of a gentle stretch to the neck. Go ahead and close your eyes and just rest here. So about halfway through, you've given it, say, about 3 to 5 breaths. You can lift up by placing your hands on the mat and pushing your torso up, and then just turn your neck the other way so you get an even stretch. And so now this side of the neck is stretching, and you're still getting that stretch probably in the hips and the lower back, maybe some along the lower ribs, and breathing deeply and just resting here. Sometimes it's hard to rest. Then remembering to push up with your hands, you can bring your torso back up and scoot your pillows out of the way and come back to center. Let's check in with the body. Roll the shoulder blades back a couple times, maybe. Hands back on knees, on the ground. And a few deep breaths sitting up, because you don't want to go straight up to standing from a pose like this. You want to come back into your body and then get up and go. All right, there are 2 more poses for today, and I look forward to resting with you in them. So our next pose for restoring and resting our bodies is called Reclined Bound Angle Pose, or Reclined Butterfly Pose. And we need that same stack of pillows. And if you have a block or a book, you might want to use those underneath your knees for that kind of support, because we are not working, we are resting today. And I'm going to turn sideways on the mat again, but I want to show you how the legs are. So the butterfly is a diamond kind of pose with the legs. So you're going to feel a stretch in the groin and probably in the knees as well. So you'll have your feet like this. Your feet will be touching. And you can bring them in for more of a stretch or pull them out for less of a stretch. And then you'll have these pillows behind you and you'll just lie back and rest. And then again, these books or blocks can go under your knees so that they're supporting them. So here I go sideways, and I have the legs in a diamond position, and I have my extra pillow. I'm going to pull this stack right up against me. And I'm getting comfortable here, and you can wiggle on into this and then give it a few breaths. So I have my diamond for my legs, and I'm going to put this small one behind my neck and head, and inhale, and then exhale down. Nice. And so yeah, adjust those legs to where they're comfortable. You can bring them in or stretch them out, or put those blocks underneath them, or books. And you'll feel a stretch across this chest here, and that's really nice if you've been doing computer work or closed work like this, hunching forward. So feel the nice stretch across the chest. Close those eyes. Rest. And wiggle around if you need to adjust those knees, because you just want to be comfortable. You don't want to be feeling too much of a stretch here and then feeling uncomfortable. It's very nice and soothing to take one hand and put it on your chest and the other hand on your belly. And that way you can feel the beating of your heart and the rise and fall of your belly. And we'll take a few breaths here. You can turn me off and stay here. You may be feeling a little bit of a stretch in the lower back, and if that's uncomfortable, you can pull the pillows more towards you for more support. All right, and from here, we're going to take the hands and plant them to support us, and pushing up, rising up from that stretch. And from this pose, we'll go to our final pose where our prop is the wall. Happy resting. Thank you for hanging with me, relaxing and restoring. And I saved this pose, which is legs up the wall, for last so that you could turn me off and stay there for a little bit longer if you like. This is a great pose to relax, and it is a great encourager of sleep. We'll feel a stretch along our hamstrings and a loosening of the lower back. And also, since our back will be on the floor, we will also feel some stretching in the chest area. It also will stretch your neck. My hair's not up because I'm going to have my neck flat against the floor. There is no beautiful or glamorous way to get in this pose. It's just kind of hiking yourself around the wall. If you come over to my house, you might see dirty walls because my feet have been all over them. So I have my mat here right up against the wall, and I have this soft folded blanket in order to hike my hips up just a little bit so that I'm not at 90 degrees, because we don't want to be at 90 degrees at the wall. That's too much. So we want to be just a little bit away from the wall. We're going to improve that circulation, look forward to sleep, and feel some slight stretching while we do it. So also, I'm hoping that your mind can relax as well in this lying down restful pose. So I'm going to put this blanket up against the wall, and then I'm going to move my right hip right up against the wall with my feet on the ground, and I'm hiking my legs up from there. And let me see, I might be able to move this just a little bit so that you're not talking to a disembodied head. So again, hip up against the wall and hiking the legs up. So you'll be balancing on your elbows for a little bit and then coming to a lying down position. And you may need to adjust a little bit with your feet on the wall and then bring them up. From here, you can open them a little bit if that feels good on the lower back and on the legs, or you can close them up a bit, but you do not want them further, you do not want them closer together than hips distance apart. And now you're probably feeling a stretch here on the thighs, and the blood is coming out of the feet. And our poor feet receive all the blood and all the pressure all day, so it's very nice to give them a little release at the end of the day. And your chest is opening, so you're getting some nice deep breaths there. And you can do what you want with your hands. You can put your hands on your chest and feel your heart beating, or you can just bring them to your sides. You can do them in sort of cactus arms if that feels good to you. That does stretch it more up here if that is comfortable. Whatever works for you. You can put them on your belly and feeling it rising and falling with your breath. And feel free to wiggle around until you get to a good spot. And then once you feel like, okay, well, I'm done fidgeting and I can stay here for a while, then close those eyes and stop moving the hands around and just rest. All of the work is being done for you. You don't have to do anything active in this pose. And you're welcome to breathe deeply and turn me off if you'd like to just settle in for a few minutes. And in order, when you're ready to come out of the pose, you will need to bring your feet back down to flat against the wall and push yourself out just a little bit. And then from there, roll to the right side. And you can rest your hand on your upper arm and then take your bottom hand and push into it to come back up. And then from there, I'm coming back to lotus on my hips, crisscross applesauce. And I want to thank you very much for practicing with me. It's always great to relax and rest, and I hope you have a wonderful sleep and sweet dreams.